Michael Cerrone is the chief of the Irvington Police Department in Westchester County, New York. In late March, Cerrone and two officers responded to a call made by a passerby in an isolated area.
There was a sign on the window that says, hazmat, do not break window, call hazmat to respond. So I responded along with two of my officers. Prior to arriving there, I advised my officers not to open or go near the vehicle, as I was concerned with the passerby had said on the note.
What police found was a victim of chemical suicide. Cerrone explains what needed to be done at the scene by trained emergency responders.
They sent their robot up, which was able to take readings of whatever was in the air or from the vehicle, and observe what was actually in the vehicle and photograph also what they saw from the robot. After determining a short amount of time, they were able to breach the rear passenger side window and ventilate the vehicle, upon which then the hazmat team followed and removed the decedent from the vehicle.
Many of the experts contacted for this story cautioned that detailed accounts of suicide cases can contribute to copycat suicides. In fact, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention cites research that shows graphic, sensationalized, or romanticized descriptions of suicide deaths in the news can lead to those copycat actions. However, this type of suicide has gotten the attention of emergency officials. Cerrone says they've received training notices on this type of suicide, and he's given information to his officers regarding precautions to take. A 2010 report from the Regional Organized Crime Information Center details the latest techniques to use when responding to a suicide where chemicals are present. Last June, an advisory was sent out by the state fire marshal in Massachusetts, warning first responders of the serious nature of chemical suicides. That document refers to the roots of chemical suicide in Japan and cases in New York and Massachusetts. In the Hudson Valley, concerns regarding suicide have the attention of Dr. James McGuirk, the executive director of Astor Services for Children and Families. McGuirk references the struggles that are facing teenagers.
One of the more recent surveys in 2007 of high school kids say 1 in 7 kids have had serious suicidal ideation. 1 in 10 kids have made a suicide plan, and 1 in 14 kids have made a suicide attempt requiring medical attention. So clearly it is an important issue that communities need to struggle with.
McGuirk, however, says that while new ways to commit suicide may pop up, a loaded weapon still remains the most common way for a teen to attempt the act. Meanwhile, first responders like Irvington Police Chief Michael Cerrone continue to try and stay prepared for any situation.
There's a lot to be said about this and a lot of awareness that needs to be done basically for police and first responders responding to this type of a scene. I don't know what would happen if an officer came on and there was no note and just entered the vehicle trying to give aid right away, and now you got to have another fatality on your hands.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported more than 34,000 suicides were committed in the U.S. in 2007. Reporting from WAMC's Hudson Valley Bureau at the State University of New York at New Paltz, I'm Greg Fry.